for the record, it does bear mentioning. In 2012, I made a point to tell you what my budget was. Like every time I spent money, how much I'm at right now, where I'm at right now. This year, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it for any number of reasons, but the only thing you need to know is my budget is $2 a mile. You already know I had to buy a new pack here for $300. But the reason why I'm not like giving you an itemized list of like, for example, do I know what I spent thus far? Yeah, I do know, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you because it'll do more harm than good. I mean, you know how I'm living. You don't have to go that way. You don't have to stay in a hotel. You have a tent. There's a million ways you can actually traverse this trail, you know. And so you see what I'm doing. That's all you need to know. If you do go, I believe if you do go with $2 a mile, you'll be fine. I mean, I do believe that, and it is a lot. And even though $1 a mile got me to New York before I ran out of money in 2012, there's a caveat to that. Number one, I mean, I'm not homeless. I had a budget, and I didn't want to exceed that budget based on the experience that I had. And number two, my experiences were different, you know. I mean, I couldn't get a hitch, so I had to pay for shuttles. I had to pay for things that the average hiker or the average group or the average person didn't have to. A lot of this trail is personality. A lot of this trail is life experience. A lot of this trail is finesse, so to speak, you know. If you're older and you're experienced, you can go far. And a woman can go a lot farther than a male, just as far as resources go. I mean, people just bend over backwards, anything for the queen, so to speak. So really, don't get caught up on money per se. Know your budget based on what your needs are. Me, I gotta have a shower every 2-3 days. That's just the way it is. I haven't shaved in a while, but you know, I mean, it's like, you know, don't get caught up in that sense. But at the same time, don't fool yourself. Don't think you're going to go from Georgia to Maine with $300. That's just not the way it's going to work. You know what I mean? So I just want you to know I'm not being forgetful, because really I would want to know if the shoe was on the other foot. I'd be like, okay, how much have you spent so far? And you know. But it's okay. Just understand it's not important. If you have a budget and you know what that budget is, then you'll stick to that budget as you go on the trail. You know, $2 a mile, that's a lot, you know. So maybe I'm trying to fill it up. Who knows? I don't know. But on a different note, my morale is good. I mean, I never, with the crap I got into in 2012, what it was is I came out here drinking the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? I was all amped up, and I was like the Pied Piper, just giving and doing my thing. But what I told myself this time, and I wasn't going to tell you this, so I may not elaborate as much as I should, but I told myself this trip, I need to measure my kindness, period. I mean, that's just no other way to put it. Measure your kindness. And not to say that, oh, you can't be too nice or anything like that, but just certain things, you know, don't offer unless somebody asks. If they ask you for it, then consider it. If it's yours to give, see what you can do. But don't offer anything. Don't offer to buy somebody dinner. Don't offer up a $70 pair of shades because somebody doesn't have sunglasses that don't normally wear sunglasses. Things like that. I have to temper who I am, my attitude, my heart, and the fact that I'm all high on life out here in the woods and life is good. And it's like, oh, you got a problem? Here, take this. Yeah, because it's not so much that I didn't have it to give. If I didn't have it to give, I wouldn't give it. My thing is, and you can't help but to do it, it's like when time, as time progresses, you start to look back and you think to yourself, well, that's for example, you'll say something like, well, I did all this, and this person certainly doesn't seem to be appreciative. And it's weird because you're giving it free of heart. You're giving it with no strings, but there's still a voice in the back of your mind measuring, taking weight, and that's not healthy. And so that's when it comes back and it bites you, you know. And so because you can't help but you know, notice things. But like I said, it's kind of hard to explain. I mean, I'm a giver by nature, but it will be best for me that if I I'm driving down the road, you got a flat tire, I'll just pull over, help you change your tire, and I'll leave and never see you again. As opposed to me seeing you on the road, I pull over, I help you change your tire, and then just to make sure everything's okay, I'll follow you to the next gas station, and then you go buy dinner and a drink and all this other stuff and don't offer me nothing. Now I'm pissed, and I'm saying to myself, man, I wish I wouldn't have. See, that's just that, it shouldn't come to that. It should be in and out, So at any rate, I said to myself, okay, I'm going to measure my kindness, and personally that's worked. But just by me saying that, keeping it on the forefront of my mind, I'm just cognizant of, okay, chill, don't do this, don't do that. Now, have I been nice? Of course I've been nice. I've been doing things. For example, and I'm glad everything worked out. But in the beginning, this girl, she left her phone at Neil's Gap, and so we're gonna go to Hiawassee, and I'm thinking to myself, well, worst case scenario, we'll just rent a car. And when I say will, I mean me, because I'm kind of want this happy ending. We'll just rent a car, and then I'll just drive back to Neil's Gap, and then you can get your phone, and I'll go turn the car in. But man, that's like a $300, $400 excursion. And I know, had I thought about it, I'd have been like, hell no. But it's like I said before, it's like you get caught up in the moment, That worked out. The Lord took care of it. We met up with somebody that had a girlfriend, that had a car, and 1, 2, 3. But then it was funny though. After time passed and that group did what they did, and I was by myself, I started thinking about that, and I'm like, yeah, I need to watch it. So I'm really making a point to keep an administrative distance. So when I'm hiking, it's just me and my little bubble doing my thing. As you can see, what it equates to is I'm spending more time. Well, when I get hotels, I'm not really splitting it with anybody either. You know what I mean? And so it's like, so it's so delicate. And then one more thing, because I realize I'm starting to babble, about this splitting hotels. There was a situation where, there is a situation right now where a group of 4 people go in. They say they split a hotel. One person go in and they buy the room. And where I come from is business first. The next time you see this guy and there's 4 people in the room, y'all should be breaking bread. Y'all should come to him with, here's my money. People don't do that. Maybe it's a Southern thing. I have no idea. But if I'm sharing a room with somebody and they put their money on their card, while they're paying for the room, I'm looking for an ATM, I'm looking for change. And the next time I see them, I'm shoving that money back in their hands, okay? Because, that's just business, and that's money. That's money that they counted on. Well, right now, there's a guy on the trail that still owes somebody $20, that didn't give their part when they said they were going to split the room. And there was a situation with me where I'm splitting the room with 4 guys. And everybody pays their money, and I'm watching this guy. He's going out. He's going to he's buying his stuff here. He's eating pizza. Now here it is, dinner time, and we're about to go to dinner. And I'm like looking at him like, so are you squared away? Are you this, that, and the other? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, see, this is bullshit. In the back of my mind, I'm like, this ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to ask you for my money, and I'm the type of person, if you push me, I will demand it, but then that's going to be crossing the line. But what I got out of it was it was just an alpha thing. He's like, I'll give it to you when I'm ready. And I said to myself, noted, I don't think I'm going to do this. Or if I do a hotel split thing, I'm going to make sure I'm not the one putting the money up. It's too much anxiety. And then I'll tell you a story real quick. Okay. When you're hiking, it's not uncommon for you to sit at a table in a restaurant, and then hikers just being able to spot each other, strangers just come up and start sitting with you, and you're like, and they're hikers, and they just come to you, and so before you know it, you're sitting at a table with 5 hikers, and you don't even know them, but you got the trail in common. Well, apparently it was a situation like that at Fontana Dam where it started out with 2 guys sitting at a table. And this is the story. 2 guys sitting at the table, and then hikers start coming in, and they just take the table, make it a party of 7. And then at the end of dinner, everybody starts getting up and leaving. And so the story was, this one hiker was sitting at the table, and the guy drops the bill, and he's like, and there's nobody around. I don't know I think some people say he paid for it. Other people say he only paid for his half. I really don't know how that went, but I'm warning you. Be careful about your little bubble. I guess that's just, I'm not going to say the caliber of hikers, but that may be the caliber of some people on the trail that just take advantage of stuff like that. You know, they'll see you sitting down, they'll come in, strike up a conversation, and act like they're going to the restroom, and you sit there with the bill. You know, so you know you gotta think about that. Anyway, I guess the camera got tired of me running my mouth because the battery died, and I had to stop and get another battery. But anyway, that's the end of the story. One last thing, my morale is good. I'm like maybe 700 miles in. I got no problems at all, and that was the whole moral of measuring your kindness, because it's the spirit thing that gets you down. If you're walking around with animosity, or you get your feelings hurt, or your mood is sour, it's gonna seep in and affect everything. So right now, like I said, I feel good. I'm at 100%. My shoulder's fine. There's no other place I'd rather be right now. So all is well out here. I think I see trail magic. Let's see. Who do we have to thank for the trail magic?
I'm Runaway.
Runaway and
Grasshopper.
Grasshopper. Sweet. Thank you very much.
What's your trail name?
I'm August.
When you're in the woods and stuff.
Gotcha.
Oh, look at you.
Got it. Trail magic was awesome. It wasn't a big crowd, so before I left, they were like, take this with you, take that with you. So I'm probably packing 3 pounds of food. I got hot dogs, I got pasta salad, I got chips, I got candy and cookies all on my back. So I feel like I just resupplied. But it's no big deal. I only have 9 more miles to do. And with this kind of fuel I have in me right now, I don't mind if there's a shelter a half a mile off the trail. I'll skip down the trail the whole time. So I'm obviously dragging. It's 12 o'clock. I'm just gonna take my time. I'll get there when I get there out here. New bridge, and it looks like it's broken. That's kind of scary. Yeah, you'll be needing to take a seat after that hike. You come up a nice mountain when you're going to Pembroke Shelter. We're coming up on a memorial here in a bit. Audie Murphy Monument is right up there. Karen. So who is Audie Murphy? Audie Murphy is the most he's the most decorated man in World War II. And when he got out, he apparently made a whole lot of movies, westerns and whatnot. You'll see that name a lot. If I'm not mistaken, in Yosemite there's a Audie Murphy Trail. Here you also have an Audie Murphy Monument. And I imagine if you get around in the hiking scene, you'll see that name a lot out here. My day is almost done. Then Dragon Tooth tomorrow out here. And now we descend into the heart of darkness to the shelter. Pickle Branch Shelter. 4:30, 17 miles. My day here is done. This is what I rescued from Trail Magic. I already killed the Gatorade, but there's 2 hot dogs, condiments, Cheez-Its, chips, not tuna, but macaroni salad, 2 oatmeal pies, and a nut of butter. And then this is what I still failed to consume from yesterday with the cheese and pepperoni and tortilla chips. So I'm gonna eat well tonight out here. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, and as it stands, I'm a day ahead of schedule. So 8 miles from here, there's a road that leads to a hostel for donations. I'm gonna go ahead and stay there. Thursday, I'm gonna hike out into Catawba, which is the town, and that's like maybe 4 or 5 miles. That's a town where you can go and get your little chicken dinner. And then I'll hike 1 mile out from there, and that'll be that. So basically, today and tomorrow pretty much be a day of rest, no more than 8 miles per. Of course, I'm gonna get a shower. I'm gonna see if I can wash some clothes. But at the end of the day, I'm just gonna relax. I mean, you can't get too much rest out here. So I'll keep you posted. Out here. By the way, I'm 3 miles away from Dragon's Tooth, and that's the rock scramble from hell. It's gonna be nice. I'll show it to you. I'll try to. I'll show it to you, but there's no way I'm gonna traverse this stuff and hold a camera at the same time. So I'll try to show you what I can out here. Looks like a rock wall going downhill. Approaching Dragon's Tooth. Oh, you're fine. I'm actually filming you.
Oh shit, okay.
You give perspective to the picture. See how hard it is? You think you can climb that with 45 pounds on your back? Psych. We really are going up though.